sitting on my doorstep, the people's passing by. They're coming back from getting wrecked. Everybody's high. Saturday night, what a bitch, laying on the lawn. The morning comes to bring the switch after the buzz is gone. Hello and welcome to Addictions, the podcast about addictions. I'm your host, David Wagner. If you really like the show, be sure and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/addictionspodcast. And if you want to help support the show, visit patreon.com/addictions. Again, that's patreon.com/addictions. We have all kinds of extra crap for people that choose to support us, so be sure and check that out. Anyways, this will be our final episode of 2017, and what a year it has been, really. We will return January 1st with a few changes to the show, but just minor stuff. Rather than a weekly episode, I'm going to be switching to every other week, which is going to give me a lot more time to produce, write, edit, and just really polish the show up. Because I do everything myself. I write the show, I edit, I produce, and I host, and I promote. So it's a lot of work. But doing a once every other week kind of format will also allow me to put out longer episodes. I'm going to be aiming for 35 to 45 minute long episodes, so you'll have that to look forward to as well. Beyond that, one of the biggest things that happened in 2017 was that the awareness about the addiction epidemic that we're currently facing has gone through the roof. I mean, how can you fix a problem if you're not aware of what the problem is in the first place, right? So that heightened awareness, especially with the opioid epidemic, that heightened awareness is a good thing. I see that as a very good thing. It's a start, at least. And although statistics of overdose and addiction are on the rise, at least the problem is finally getting some much-needed attention. On this episode, I speak with singer-songwriter Kent Collins. Kent became addicted to cocaine and later heroin, but with the support of his family, Kent has won his battle with addiction. And he even wrote a song about it, which we are going to listen to after my conversation with Kent. So without further ado, let's get right into it and talk to Kent Collins. Hello, Kent, and welcome to the Addictions Podcast.
Hey, David, how you doing?
Not bad at all, Kent. I wanted to tell you, great job on the Good Habit song, man. It's very well done. It's catchy. It really grows on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thank you. You know, believe it or not, man, my best friend in the world, my little granddaughter, 6-year-old, said, Grandpa, people's just going to love that song. And she sings it. Well, Mom don't like her singing it, right? but my granddaughter says, yeah, because there's people with addictions and, she don't know anything about the drug addictions and alcohol, but she thinks it's because of like spending money and eating too much. I mean, there's a million addictions like mine, I guess now, is smoking.
Yeah, that's so true. And that's cute about your granddaughter. And you're right, man. There really are tons of addictions. I mean, literally anything can become an addiction. And I, too, am unfortunately a cigarette smoker. I've tried to quit many times, and I probably really should, but it just isn't a huge priority right now, if you know what I mean.
That's my demon, man. Right now, it's just smoking. I've been doing it since, I don't know, maybe 14-year-old. So you know how that goes.
Yeah, I started cigarettes young, too. But anyways, about the song, did you do everything yourself? I mean, like the vocals, guitar, keyboard, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I do all the writing and stuff. Back years ago, David, I used to have a little studio. It was just a little small studio. I got a digital VSA workstation, and I built a whole studio around it because the machine's so awesome. So one day I said, man, it'd be nice to write a song that somebody else could relate to, And finally, I did it. I did it, and I played it, and and I seen some reaction to it. People started crying, or they said, man, I feel that. I said, well, that's all I want. I never wanted to be like no great musician or anything. Just wanted to write something I could feel.
Awesome, man. So you are multi-talented even. That's pretty kick-ass. I play music myself, drums and guitar a little bit. But anyways, when I'm like really jamming on something good or listening to music that sounds good even, I get like a physical reaction. I'll get goosebumps on my skin and my skin kind of tightens up. And that's almost like a natural high on its own. Does that ever happen to you?
Yeah, yeah. I was going down the road probably a few weeks ago, and I was out visiting visiting my daughter and my granddaughter. And I was going down the road, and I picked up the CD, and I threw it in the player, and I started playing it. Man, tears came to my eyes. I said, wow, because I actually listened to it. And when I did, man, tears came to my eyes. I said, man, that's me. I mean, I know I wrote it, but I felt it probably for the first time. I actually felt it. And now I can look back because, it was the old me. And I'm back, like in the second verse of the song, you lose yourself. And I'm back to me now. And I'm happy. Don't have to lie. Don't have to duck. Don't have to hide. Don't have, the kids call, I'm Johnny on the spot with answering the phone. And because they can hear it, man. They can hear it in your voice, man. When I'm doing something bad, they knew it. They knew it. I never did nothing in front of them, but they knew it, man. They just knew my voice. All I had to do was say hello.
So when did drug addiction first enter into the picture for you? And if you don't mind me asking, what was your drug of choice?
Well, I remember I think I was like 46. I've always had a pretty decent life, drug-free, alcohol-free, and all that. Got divorced, met some friends, saw this new life, man. They had this crack cocaine, right? So I'm saying, this is different. People are selling stuff. Everybody's moving around. I said, man, I don't want to be a part of it, but I want to know about it. Next thing you know, I'm hooked. So, I tried crack first time, and I said, I don't see what the big deal is. But it became an addiction. Then I got in trouble. I got pulled over. I was out of gas. Troopers pulled up, found some cocaine in the car. I have to go to this drug thing. When I was smoking cocaine and stuff, I just put the guitar away. I didn't care about too much, and just getting high. So it was like every check, and I get a lot of checks because I got my own business. So I always had the money to get high. So that's when I said, okay, what can I write? I want to write something about that. So that's when I started writing Good Habit, and still carry it in my wallet today, the original draft of it. I don't know why, I just do. But it was a long time before I come back out with the song. And then I had guys working for me. I got a construction company. So I was cussing up a storm because these guys would say, hey, man, can I get 20? Can I get 50? Can I get 100? It's always get paid at the end of the day. And I couldn't figure it out. I didn't know why, man. Why are you having so many problems? I pay you all the time, because we're addicts. And I'm even stopping, getting their dope for them, taking them on runs and everything else. So eventually, they're using my telephone because, theirs got cut off. So they're using my phone. So I got these numbers, and one day I call it myself, man. And next thing you know, I'm snorting heroin. I've never shut up. I'm snorting heroin. And it became pretty bad, man. Ended up going out and demolishing my daughter's car. Fell asleep a few times, driving. Man, and the last time I said, man, this has got to stop. It just got to stop, and I just figured, the pain and the misery, it's just not me. It's what I'm putting my two kids through, and my granddaughter I wouldn't be there for. I wouldn't be there for them. I just couldn't take it no longer, man. I'm sitting on the roadside crying and saying, God, help me,
I see. So you started with the cocaine and then ended up moving on to the heroin later. Yeah, for me it was always opioids. My habit was paid for by my health insurance. Well, it was auto insurance, but due to the accident I was in. But it was paid for the first 4 years of my addiction. But after my doctor cut me off, I started realizing how expensive my addiction was. I was spending 90% of my paycheck every week on dope. And it was just insane, man. It doesn't take long before it gets out of control.
Yeah, it can grow pretty quick, right? I mean, it doesn't look like much when you're spending 20, 40, 60 a day. But look at your bank. Like at the end of the month, I look at my bank and I say, "Oh my God, you telling me that I mean, I'd stop at ATMs. Next thing you know, it's like $4,000 at the end of the month. Not just for me, just, for, hey man, let's get 50 and I'll give you 50 at the end of the day, whatever, because I always usually had money, from, being the boss, everything else. I always had money to stop at the ATMs. And I look at it, it's just ATM all over the city. And eventually when I did stop, I did have the support of the kids, and man, it was tough, dude. It was tough when they said, Dad, we really got to talk to you about your drug problem. Man, that is tough to sit down and talk to your kids. And you're saying, I don't want to do this. I'll talk to somebody else. No, you got to talk to us.
So was it like an intervention kind of thing that your family was trying to do? Or, did your family support you through everything?
Man, they just know, the kids came in, because the police called them that day I had the accident. It's, hey, your dad was dead. A couple more minutes, we wouldn't have brought him back. And I'm standing there. They knew something was wrong, David, but they didn't know what I was doing. Man, it was a hard day. It was a hard day. No, Dad, we know you've got a problem, and we love you. You're all we got, and we want to help you. I still went and did dope the next day. And man, it was just heartbreaking. I'm on my way to get dope the very next day, and I said, "You're right, you guys. I'll never do this again." But I did. And that's the first time I admitted that. But they did help me, and my daughter found a spot for me. I got Suboxone in a Suboxone clinic, and I'm still on Suboxone today. And brother, I don't know what I'd do without it. Just speaking of myself, this works for me.
One thing that I ask all of my guests, Kent, is their advice for anyone that's currently out there struggling with addiction. So what would you want to tell anyone that's currently fighting an addiction?
Well, David, I think that, you can go to, you can go get help, but unless you want help yourself, unless you're ready to quit, you can have 100 people say, stop, stop, stop. But if you ain't ready, you can agree with them and say, yeah, I need to stop. But man, you're not going to quit till you're ready. But what does it take to get ready? What does it take to get ready is another thing. And for me, it took stopping, pulling over, and crying a little bit and saying, hey, I've got people that need me. They need me. They're not that they just love me. They need me. They need me there. I think that get rid of the friends. Get rid of the friends that do drugs. I mean, we might think we're strong enough to resist, but usually we're not. And I would say get rid of the friends. Look to yourself, what you want in yourself. And I found that. I want to be loved, and I want to be around to be loved. My kids give me that. I would say get with people that actually love you, want to help you. That's what I would say.
Well, I'd say that is excellent advice, Kent. Totally. You hit the nail right on the head. But we're going to wrap things up right here. So I'm going to go ahead and play your song to end the show, and I hope to talk to you again soon. Thanks again for being on the show.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, David. I appreciate talking to you, and it's been a real privilege being on your show.
I doing everything bad for me. My addiction's like a ball and chain. Hey, I just can't break free. I need a higher power, 'cause I can't do it alone. It's time like these you can carry me and be my light toward home. And I looked up toward heaven and dropped down on my knees. I prayed, oh Lord, please help me find the man I used to be. 'Cause I want back my love of life, family and friends. Please help me be stronger than the urge to fall back down again. I got a good habit of doing everything that's bad for me.
Again, the song is called Good Habit by Kent Collins. I'm David Wagner, and as always, never quit quitting.